So I had the idea to make a video which was a little bit more stylish, with some shots of going to Goodwill and getting some CDs and that sort of thing. But it was raining really hard, as you could tell from the clips, and I had both my kids, so it proved to be a little more difficult. So instead of the shots in the store, I'll be chatting into the camera here at home, which I probably would have done anyway. So, do you agree with the statement that Goodwill sucks for sourcing books? I do. At least around where I live. They're likely selling online, selling on Amazon, because the books that I find in Goodwill are usually not good for reselling. So it's hard to find some that are going to sell relatively quickly, sell for good money, that sort of thing. Not to mention that the books are typically a bit overpriced in most of the Goodwills. So, but even so, I would pay $2 or $3 per book if I was going to make $20 to $30, or sell them for $20 to $30 at least. It would still be good profits. But I don't really find those types of books. So instead of bothering with looking at books in a Goodwill, even if it has thousands and thousands of books, I just turn to the CDs. I also take a look at the VHSs as well. But some of the Goodwills around where I live have thousands of CDs, so I've started taking a look at those, and I went to 2 Goodwills today, and I only found 8 CDs, or only bought 8 CDs. Some of them should bring in some nice money. I bought 2 CDs at one Goodwill and 6 at another, and the one where I bought the CDs, the 6 CDs, they were $2 a CD, which is usually double what I pay on average. And then the second Goodwill, I only bought 2 CDs there. They were actually, most of them were $3 a piece, which is crazy for a thrift store. I don't know if Goodwill thinks that they're a record store, but or a music store, but last time I checked, they're not. They sell basically clothes and shoes, and they have a few other things. So I guess people are willing to spend the money, though. You know, normal people just looking to buy music. The 2 CDs I purchased for $3 a piece at the second Goodwill are some good finds. This first one is Rick Springfield, Christmas with You. Now I know it's the beginning of the new year and Christmas just happened a few weeks ago, but you can still sell these all year round. Some people like Christmas music at any point in the year, and not to mention that they just want to have it when the next Christmas comes around. Now this one in particular is ranked 86,000 as of today. There's 4 reviews. There's only 4 new copies, and that's starting at about $25. And there's only 2 used copies, so there's 6 grand total. The used copies start at $20. That's with the shipping and handling. The least expensive used copy is almost $17. And then the next one is $108. So it kind of depends on how you want to go with this, right? I'm going to be, assuming no other FBA seller gets on the listing, I'm going to be the only FBA seller with only 6 copies and a good rank and some good reviews. So I could kind of I could go for a home run and list it for $99. I could list it for $69, list it for $49, or I could drop it down and list it for $29, even $21, $24 for a quicker sale. I'm probably going to list it a little bit higher just because, you know, there's no other FBA offers, and the new copies are even going for about $25. But if a prime buyer comes along and they want it quick, they can't wait, they're willing to pay a little bit more money, then I can make some good money on it. It just depends. I'm willing to sit around on it and see what happens. The second CD I picked up for $3 is called Now That's What I Call Music, Volume 1. So this one has a lot of reviews, 99 reviews, and it's ranked 11,000. There's 29 used offers, and the cheapest one is $12.99, but the next ones are $35 for FBA. So there's 2 offers for $35 used, and there's a cheaper one for $12.99 because clearly that person wants to move the CD much quicker. The $35 might be a tad overpriced. There's a new one for $49 FBA. So I could list it at $35 and sit around on it and see. But this one definitely sells a lot of copies, so it's probably worth it to list a higher price and see if it sells. If not, I can always drop it in a few months. You know, this one has some old songs on it, whatnot, but These now, this is what I call, now that's what I call music CDs. I've sold a few of them, and they seem to typically be ranked pretty well. And I bought a few other CDs at the other Goodwill, and 3 of them that stood out. They're not going to make a ton of money, but they have good rankings, and they should sell for a decent amount of money, anywhere from, varies, $15 to $20 each, possibly slightly less. These were $2 a piece. And these are K-Fog 104.9, 97.7. These are CDs from almost 20 years ago. So live from the archives. 5, live from the archives. What is this? I want to know, 9. And here's another one, live from the archives. 3. This is a radio station that a lot of people were fans of, and want to pick these up still. They're still selling really great. So as an example, this one has 130,000 ranked, which is not, it's good. It's not, great or awesome, but it's good. It's solid. It only has 1 review, but only 10 used offers. And the 1 FBA offer is for $35. So I can list it at $35 and see if I can get it to move. The other thing is, if you want to compete with another FBA seller, one thing you can do is take photos, which some people don't like to do because it takes more time. It just depends on your workflow and whether you want to spend the time doing it. But you can take photos and make a detailed description, which you should do anyway. Always try to be the best at your descriptions. And maybe that'll get you the sale over another FBA seller. Also depends on that other seller and how many ratings they have and what their rating is. Didn't find home runs, which I didn't expect, but I found a decent amount. Spent $18 on all 8 of the CDs, so a little over $2 a CD, and I should make a good profit. I should be. It depends. It should be around $100, I would think, after all of them sell. At least, so decent profit. Nothing that great, but for a short trip out there, there's no books, no VHS tapes. At least I can make a few bucks. So let me know your experience with Goodwills, and if you have luck with CDs or other types of things other than books, unless you're in a place where you're finding good books. Now I'm talking about the standalone Goodwills, not the outlets where they bring out those huge bins and they dump a bunch of stuff out for really low price. I've been to one of those and they didn't have any books. They just had VHS tapes, which were $1 a piece. Remember, keep booking.